I was going to review this last year. I even posted a shorts teasing what to expect on the coming week, but I never got around to it because things got in the way. But, now we're here, and since I recently acquired this exclusive variant of this figure, I figured what better way to commemorate Batman Day than to take a look at these bad boys right here. I don't know how to speak anymore. So please put up with me. I'm relearning the whole process of reviewing figures and recording stuff and whatnot. Anyway, more product shots here on the side, which I think is pretty cool. Same goes for here. For this one. There you go. I don't know if you guys have noticed just yet, but another difference between the boxes is that they have different DC logos. So recently, DC Comics finally decided to reinstate the Bullet logo, which I think is the best logo in the world. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating, but yeah, I really love this logo more than this one for sure. I really love this Batman logo right here. It's super nostalgic, and I just love the contrast between the yellow and the red. If you put them side by side, this guy makes him look like a toy, which is a shame because while he is much cheaper, relatively speaking, he is still very expensive. It just so happens that this guy is far more expensive, and that he comes with fewer accessories is an actual shame, but yeah, if you are in the market for a vanilla silhouette type of Batman and you love black and yellow, this is definitely the one to get. Do not miss out on this one. As long as you're not paying more than $130, I guess. I think that's the ceiling price for me. Then definitely go get this guy, because you won't regret it if you're a big Batman fan. If you just want that one definitive Batman figure on your display in 1/12 scale format, then yeah, this is just pure delight. This is worth paying attention to. Do notice the symbol right there. The first real difference is that he has more shading, or at least the way it's applied across his body is more pronounced than on this guy, which explains why under lighting he actually looks a bit, glossier than this guy. If you put him under lighting, it only delineates or emphasizes or makes the details, the sculpt details more pronounced, which is really nice. Do pay attention to the symbols right there. The yellow has a border, a black border on the black and yellow variant, while on this one it's just purely yellow. So that small difference goes a long way, and they could have made this more accurate had they applied the same black border around the symbol. I also love the more ripe mango yellow that's applied on this guy compared to this, which is kind of lemony or citrusy yellow. It's not bad, but if you put them side by side again, it just shows how inferior this is. As far as paint application is concerned, in terms of form factor, everything is the same, but another difference is that this figure does not come with the cape that has the pointy shoulders. So for all of you out there who's more into the edgier designs, the McFarlane-esque style aesthetics, then that's going to be a major put-off, especially knowing that the original release does come with an extra cape and this one doesn't. So, that's a total reduction in terms of value that you're getting from the package. Otherwise, the material of the cape is pretty much the same kind of cloth material. So, it's not bad by any means. And they are wired in 4 places. So that does give you a good amount of posability as far as the cape is concerned. Yeah. Nice, soft, and high quality cloth material. They both come with the same bat rope accessory, except that this one feels more heavy duty. The wire feels much thicker and more substantial, and it's more tameable compared to this one. It just feels like a cheap springy material, like a coil or something. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet that this is gonna break much easier than this one right here, which is another big bummer, because like I said, this black and yellow is far more expensive than this one by like 30%. So apart from the head that comes with a neutral expression that comes by default on the figure for the blue and gray, he also comes with two different head sculpts. Well, let's focus on this one first. The one that has the mouthpiece that allows him to breathe underwater, because yes, this Batman, you can remove his cape and pretend that he's swimming underwater while you're using this head sculpt. Yes. Much longer ears, meaner expression, grittier and whatnot. That's pretty cool. If that's your jam, if long ears Batman is your jam and you want him to look super angry, then this is the way to go. The exclusive version only comes with this one extra head sculpt, which I dropped on my desk. I apologize, and I can't find it. There it is. Sorry. Sorry for my long nails. I'm going to cut them up later. Fisted hands by default, and they have the same amount of extra hands, 4 pairs each, so that's pretty nice. But for the blue and gray, he comes with this extra neck piece right here, and I will show you in a moment how this goes on the figure. So this is what the neck area looks like without the head and the cape. So this is where this comes into play. There are peg holes right there, so you just put everything in place. Doing this to the best of my abilities in front of the camera. Ah, crap. There you go. I've covered the gaps. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it will do. And this is what it's all about. Nice. Both of these figures do not come with the lower neck joint. I can understand for this one because he does come with an extra cape, and he does come with a neck piece to account for his swimming mode. Understandable. But for this guy, since he is much more expensive, and that cannot be underscored enough, it's because this is a toy and this is not a necessity. This is a luxury item. They should have packed more value into this. Regardless, his head can move. Crap. Sorry. His head can move very nicely. You can look down a good amount. Looking up, much better. Although you do have that annoying gap right there, especially when you, well, never mind. It's actually okay. There's a big gap underneath his chin, which wasn't necessary at all, but that's how they did it. And that sucks, but whatever. Side to side, good movement all around. So yeah, all the posability you need is there, I guess. But could have been more. Could have been better if they went the extra mile and actually provided that lower neck cut right there. Anyway, his arms can go out that far, so it's not bad at all. All the range you need, going side to side, moving forward, going back. Then we have this bicep joint or bicep cut right here, which functions well and actually looks really nice. And then double jointed elbows. There you go. All the range you need, of course. It only comes to a stop because of his big bicep muscle right here. We have the wrist joint. It's a hinged ball right there, so you can do whatever you want with it. Just gotta be extra careful because the hands do tend to pop off easily. And then for the torso, both joints combined up and down. You can crunch forward that much. No, not crunch forward, but bend forward that much. He goes backward, not really by a lot. As far as the lower waist joint, I mean the waist joint is concerned, you know, it doesn't really move from there. And the upper torso joint does reveal an annoying gap right there if you maximize the range. So I guess you're just gonna have to finagle it somehow. But yeah, whatever. Side to side movement is good enough, of course, and it goes around very nicely. And the joints do feel smooth as butter, so I do love that. I mean, as far as my copy is concerned, of course. Then his legs can kick sideways to almost full splits. Not quite, but good enough. Even if you engage the drop down joints, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference. Anyway, that's good enough for me. And then he kicks forward that much when you utilize the drop down joints. Without it, I guess it automatically engages once you hit a certain point of, kicking forward. And then double jointed knees work well and look good enough for me. There's a small gap, on the upper joint, but it's not so bad. And then no boot cut, of course, because this is a MAFEX and they don't do boot cuts normally. We have this ankle joint right here. Kicks forward a good amount, kicks back, same. And then we have the toe joint, which has good retention, but it's not the best looking toe joint that they've done, but it's not so bad. Anyway, so, it's okay. I can take it or leave it, but yeah, I'd rather have it, of course, since this is a MAFEX and the extra joints normally mean better functionality. Not all the time, but for a MAFEX figure in particular. Yeah, ankle rocker functions well enough on both sides, I guess. So yeah, good articulation, and the same one applies to this one as well. Just a quick run through right here. There you go. Forward and back, and then yeah, about the same level of smoothness with the joints. There we go. Same functionality, same kind of problems, especially where the upper torso is concerned, but for some reason the gap on the shoulders for the blue and gray is more prominent than on the black and yellow, or the black and gray. I'm having a hard time speaking, sorry guys. I mean, it's much easier to position the shoulders, those fillers right there, to hide the gap. So this looks more organic than this one. This looks a bit more cut up, but yeah, just some adjustments should sort that out. Yeah, you can also rotate the waist to some degree. I don't think you want to go all the way. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Nice. Let's do a quick height measurement on these guys. Well, on this Batman, since they are essentially the same figure. Anyway, this guy is at a bit over, yeah, I think it's at 6 1/3 of an inch at the top of his head, and the top of his ear thingies, that would be exactly 6.5 inches. In centimeters, that would be 15.5 centimeters at the top of his head, and a bit over 16 centimeters at the top of his ears. Since we're already doing the ear thingies, for this guy, it's at about 17 centimeters tall at the top of his ear thingies. That's about 6 2/3 of an inch. So yeah, but of course, it's not part of his height. So realistically, he is at about 6 1/3 of an inch. Cool. Do I recommend both of these figures? Yes. Where did I get them? I got them from different Japan sellers from Japan, stores from Japan, through Shopee. Thanks to Shopee for making Japan goods more accessible here in the Philippines. Should you get both? Yes, especially if you're a fan of the Batman Nightfall story, then you just gotta have them both. But I think this is far more essential as far as the storyline is concerned. And if you're looking for, just that one Batman, basic Batman to rule them all, and if you only have budget for one figure, then definitely track this one down. Granted, he comes at a much higher price, so just wait a little longer, save a little more, because he is definitely worth it. If you don't need the extra accessories that with this guy, then yeah. So to wrap things up, both of these are essentially the same figures, different accessories. Comes with much less, comes with much more. Looks more premium because of the paint apps being handled much better. The shading is more pronounced compared to him, which has a bit more gloss to it. I mean, to his body, of course. By my estimation, they are impressive figures. They function really well, and they do a great job at being action figures. So for some bonus content, I want to show off this Lego tumbler. Although it's missing one panel right here, which sucks, and Lego never came through with, sending that missing part. So yeah, overall it looks really good, and it's a hefty Batmobile for what it is. It opens here at the top, so you can put Batman and Scarecrow inside. And one of the cool things about this Lego build or Lego kit is that this Batman actually comes with the Nightmare head. That one scene where Scarecrow was affected by his own fear toxin, so the way he saw Batman was a demonic entity of sorts. So it's pretty cool. Comes with a grappling gun. It comes with his fear toxin gun. And I credit the build to Kath, my girlfriend, because I don't really have a lot of time building Legos these days, and she does, most of the building. So yeah, kudos to her for that. And I have this other Lego Batman right here. This was a gift from my best friend Don. So it was from last year. A very simple build, a very fun one at that. Of course, it's Batman in a mech, so well, what else can I say? It looks really cool. It comes with this big Batarang right here. It does fold in and out, I guess. Really cool. And then another one. This was another gift from my best friend this year. My birthday a few months back. This is another iteration of the Tumbler. They're essentially the same thing, but this one is much smaller, sadly. But in some ways it is better, and the build is actually a fun one at that. As for the minifigures, it comes with three. First is this Batman, which is, I would say, a downgrade compared to what we get from the older Tumbler. I mean, as far as the cowl is concerned. And we've got Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker, and Two-Face. So pretty cool figures, minifigures. It comes with these gigantic coins right here. So yeah, cool. The tumbler itself does come with this nifty flame effect for the exhaust pipe. So it's pretty cool. So just a sneak peek of what's to come for this series of, what else is to come for this mini-series of Batman-related videos for Batman Day. Do expect Azrael and Bane videos of both of them, perhaps separately. And then we'll also take a look at this Batman Troika figure by McFarlane Toys. And that's a really cool logo right there. I do love this bullet logo for DC. Very nice art at the back. I also have these Jada diecast Batmobiles gifted by Kath for Batman Day, so much appreciated. And I'll also be taking a look at that big boy right there. This was Kath's gift for me last Christmas. I haven't opened it since, so it will be a fun video to unbox it. And then I have the in-art Batman right there with, the Christian Bale awesome head sculpt. So yeah, just a quick sneak peek of what's to come for this series of Batman Day videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Once again, happy Batman Day, everyone.